So if you're having a hard time manifesting what you want in life, it's highly likely that your subconscious is sabotaging your manifestation process. And the big deal is that although we do all these affirmations, although we do these meditations, although we think, act, and feel like those manifestations have already come about, even though we assume the feeling, we do all of those little tricks of the trade to bring our manifestation about. The fundamental problem is if you just don't change those paradigms, those hardwired thought processes that tend to deliver you from your subconscious things that are mediocre and not what you want. So what you have to do, rather than just changing the conscious mind, which is what a lot of us do, you've got to change the subconscious mind as well. And I think that's where many of us fail. So a lot of people ask me, what is the most practical, useful, helpful, successful way of reprogramming the subconscious to believe that your manifestation has already come about, because that's what you want. So what is the absolute best way? The best method that I have ever come across is actually listening to the affirmations. I make a recording of myself saying the affirmations of whatever it is I want. I am in the house of my dreams. I have just received the job promotion that I've always wanted. I have found the love of my life. And I find that that is the most successful thing to do, and listen to it constantly when you're walking around the house, doing the ironing, doing washing up. Basically, if you can listen to those affirmations on a regular basis, they do eventually chisel away at the subconscious and reprime those paradigms, those blueprints, to give you what it is that you want. And I've also found that one of the best ways of getting those audio recordings into your subconscious, deeply into your heart cellular memory, into your total core belief, is to listen to these audio recordings just as you're falling to sleep. Now, if you listen to them just as you're falling to sleep, what happens is the waves of your brain are calming down into the alpha state, which is where you're sleeping. You're much more open to taking in information and new ideas into your subconscious. Whereas when you're in your conscious state, you're often resisting what you're trying to feed yourself. So you might be doing the washing up and listening to an affirmation, I am so happy and grateful because I'm so successful at work. But you might be consciously thinking, that deal fell through yesterday, I'm useless, how did I let that deal fall through? So your active mind might be going ee, while you're trying to reprogram your subconscious. Now all of that white noise, when you fall asleep, just as you're falling asleep and just after you've fallen asleep, all of that white noise goes away. So I highly recommend listening to audio recordings just as you fall asleep. Get a 30-minute audio recording or a 1-hour audio recording, put on some noise cancellation headphones, lie on your back and just doze off to sleep. Now, the other great thing you can do with audio recordings is you can add in binaural beats. Now, binaural beats help your brain to relax and get into this alpha state. I do find when I'm doing this way, I tend to nod off, take in the affirmations very calmly, very openly, and then I'll probably be fast asleep, still with the headphones on, and that's fine. But I usually turn over at some point in the night and I just take them off, wake up momentarily and then go back to sleep. Some people actually put a speaker under their pillowcase and they just play them all through the night for 6 or 7 hours and fall asleep on top of that noise coming up from under the pillowcase. There's all sorts of things you can do. I just use headphones, noise cancellation headphones, as I go to sleep. And I've used this method to manifest a fantastic apartment in Tokyo. I've used this method to manifest a promotion at work. And I've also used it to manifest weight loss, which was really amazing process. Sometimes you rewire the subconscious to do amazing things. There are shifts that happen. So if you want to have a try at this, I've actually got a website. If you go to my website, you can download a manifestation audio for abundance, which is totally free. And you can use the version with binaural beats or without binaural beats. It's about 30 minutes long. Try it out. If you think it's working, then come back and look at what else I've got on my site. I've got audio recordings for being better in business, for losing weight, for attracting your partner, for attracting more financial success. So go and take a look. The link is in the description below, theLawOfAttractionLady.com. Go check it out. Download the Abundance audio for free and have a look at what else is on there. But that is by far and above, I think, the most effective way of repriming the subconscious